Hi, this is Gary with MacMost Now. On today's episode, let me tell you how to get your Apple stuff cheaper. It seems like every time somebody complains to me that Apple products are too expensive, they're always quoting the Apple Store retail price. There's actually ways to buy Apple stuff that's cheaper than just going to the Apple Store. Let me run through some ideas. First of all, shop around. Just because Apple has its own stores, it doesn't mean it's the only place where you can get Apple computers and iPods. You can shop around. For instance, Amazon.com has all of the Macs and all the different iPods for sale, and usually for a little bit cheaper than Apple does. There are a lot of other online stores as well. I'm going to provide a list of them with this post at MacMost.com, just some that you can start checking out. You can also go ahead and search around on the internet for other stores, and of course look locally. Best Buy carries Macs, and there may also be some local Mac resellers as well, so check your local directories for that. For instance, here's Amazon, and here is the 21.5-inch iMac. Now regularly it's $1,200, but you can see it does this little click to see price thing. If I click on that, I can see that Amazon's selling it for actually $50 less than Apple is. Sometimes the discounts are even deeper. For instance, I've never bought Mobile Me from Apple. You can actually buy the box from Amazon and a lot of other sites for just over $70. You save almost $30 that way. Now, you probably know that Apple has educational discounts for students, but these are actually more expansive discounts than you may think. For instance, people that work in organizations like hospitals may also get educational discounts if the organization is attached to an educational institution. In addition, parents of children in schools may also get educational discounts. So you may want to look at wherever it is you work or friends or relatives work and see if you can get an educational discount through them. There's also corporate discounts. Some large corporations have similar discounts to education if you go through their corporate purchasing. So you may want to ask about that in your benefits department if you work for a large corp. You can also get your own personal discount by becoming an Apple developer. Now, when you sign up for the Apple Developer Program, you get one discount a year on a major piece of hardware. Now, it costs money to do this, but there are other benefits as well, like getting early releases of operating systems, things like that. I was able to get my Mac Pro last year through the Apple Developer Program at enough of a discount to pay for the entire developer program itself. Now, Macs are major purchases, so you may want to consider buying them through a credit card that provides points. So you can save in two ways here. One is that you can get points for buying your Mac and apply them to future things like airline flights, things like that. Or you could actually use points to purchase Macs. Sometimes Apple is available as one of the stores where you can buy from through your credit card. I found out on my credit card, for instance, not only do I get points when I buy from Apple like I do everywhere else, but I can get extra points if I purchase through the credit card store. Now, one thing to think about is how can you save money by not paying sales tax? And when you buy through some online stores like Amazon, you don't pay sales tax. Other online stores like Apple's, you do pay sales tax. Now, the deal is if you don't pay sales tax, you're supposed to report and pay your own sales tax to your state. It's called use tax. And the reason you may never have heard of it is because most states don't enforce it. But if you have a business and you're big enough to have an accountant, then you probably heard of it and you probably pay your use tax. So there's really no advantage to actually buying something tax-free online. But shipping is something you should be concerned about. Now, most Mac purchases are big enough that you get free shipping deals, either at Apple.com or even at Amazon. But you may want to go and compare shipping prices to the convenience of picking something up at an Apple store or a local reseller. Okay, so you can also buy refurbished and used Macs. I'm going to provide a list of some places I've heard of that sell used or refurbished Macs, including, of course, the Apple Store itself, which has a page of special deals that you can go to for these machines. Here's some other things you can do. One of the things you can do is buy the stock Mac and don't get extra memory and don't get a larger hard drive. I'll buy third-party memory and hard drives, which are always going to be cheaper than Apple's premium prices. Monitors are another place you could save money. If you're buying a Mac Mini or a Mac Pro, the Apple monitors look very pretty and they work great, but you can get monitors for less than half the price of that by buying off-brand monitors or specials in local stores. There are all sorts of LCD monitors out there, so there's a lot of competition for them. You can get some decent ones for a little over $200. Now, a lot of people complain about how expensive the iPhone is, especially if you factor in the monthly service plan from AT&T or another company. But you can get an iPod Touch for $200 with enough space on it to pack it full of apps. And if apps and game playing and things like that are really what you want out of the device, then an iPod Touch is way less expensive than going up to an iPhone. And you can get yourself a cheap mobile phone to go along with it, and you're about 90% of the way there. So there are a whole bunch of different tips for saving money when buying Apple products. Just remember, please shop around before you just buy at the Apple Store. I've bought both at the Apple Store, sometimes when it's made sense, and I've bought from some different websites and local resellers as well over the years. Hope you found this useful. Till next time, this is Gary Rosenzweig with MacMost Now.